In every room of power, there's one person who says almost nothing, and somehow everyone waits to hear what they think. Meanwhile, the loudest person in the room is usually the one nobody actually respects. This isn't an accident, it's a law. Robert Greene calls it the law of controlled speech, say less than necessary. The principle is simple: the less you reveal through words, the more power and mystery you project. Every sentence you don't need to say is a card you keep face down. Every sentence you do say should be doing work for you. To see this law in its purest form, we don't need a boardroom. We need a courtroom in Renaissance Florence. Build an original narrative here, for example. Cosimo de' Medici's famous reputation for calculated silence in Florentine political councils, where he was known to let rivals talk themselves into exposed positions before saying a single sentence that reframed the entire room. Here's what's actually happening psychologically. Talking is a release of anxiety. Most people fill silence because silence feels unsafe. When you stop needing to fill it, you signal something rarer than intelligence: composure. And composure reads as control, even when nothing else about you has changed. But silence isn't free. Used wrong, it reads as coldness, absence, disengagement, not mystery. The line between powerful and unreadable and awkward and disconnected is context. Silence works when people already expect you to have something to say. Without that expectation, it's just quiet. Next meeting, next negotiation, next argument. Count how many times you speak just to fill space, not to add value. Cut half of them. Watch what happens to how people listen when you finally do talk. The room doesn't remember who talked the most. It remembers who they were waiting to hear from. If this channel is helping you see the game, subscribe. Next law is even harder to master.